Hey everybody. Let me do something music. Yep. We're going to do a little Halloween story.
Because we're a bunch of witches.
Yeah, we're a bunch of witches. That's what Peggy says. So is tonight Halloween night for anybody? Halloween trick or treat, I should say. It seems like we've been trick or treating around Defiance for a week already. Kit Kats. We're supposed to have. Is it raining now? Looks like it's raining now. Yeah, no, but it sure is windy. We have a high wind alert starting at 5. Wow. Yeah, ours was last Thursday, and then over the weekend there was a bunch of stuff. So I wanted to read this story, and I got one Halloween envelope to open, and then I have something else to show you. And we'll just go ahead and get started. Have you seen the Halloween yow things that's popped up on the cam today? Some of our kitties were kind of scary looking on there. Including that one. That one made me startled just for a second there. Peggy, you never know what she's going to do. Oh, so you guys, so we have several on for tonight. All right, well, let's get started. Cindy G is the one who writes books, and she has sent us one other story, and this one is called The Trick or Treat, and I know that she is also working on a Thanksgiving one too. Kitty, we have to be really, really, really careful now, okay? Wait a minute, yeah. So I'm looking at this one kitty that has been with me all day. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and hope you have a little drink and put your feet up and enjoy. I have not pre-read this, but I know it's going to be cool, and it's actually an FFRC Halloween story. So let's go. It says, Halloween is a fun time of the year. Everywhere is decorated with ghosts, witches, skeletons, and pumpkins. The children get all dressed up in cute costumes and go door to door getting yummy treats. This year at FFRC, the residents are going trick-or-treating. They all gathered one afternoon and talked about their costumes. DeRachel, the head honcho, suggested that 6 of them go as the M&M characters. What a great idea, they shouted. DeRachel explained that only 6 of them could be the M&Ms because there are only 6 colors: brown, red, blue, green, yellow, and orange. All they needed to do was decide who gets to be an M&M and what color. Who wants to be an M&M? DeRachel asked. I do, they all shouted. Me too. Uh-oh. They all wanted to be an M&M, so DeRachel had to come up with a way to choose and keep it fair. Okay, everyone, we are going to play a game to decide who gets to be an M&M. What about the others? What will they dress up as? Says Lucy. Don't worry, there are plenty of other characters they can be. First, let's decide who the M&Ms are going to be. Said, there's the, what's that guy?
That's what I did all the way from the door. Hey.
Check your shoes now.
Whoops.
You got crap all over
I ain't got nothing on my shoes, Peggy. Not a spot.
What's up?
No,
I'm reading.
I'm listening.
Oh, you are? Okay, all right.
I saw you was going to do it at 4 o'clock. I'm late.
Yeah,
I've been working.
you are.
Some people let me. Go back to your story.
Okay, everyone, we are going to play a game to decide who gets to be an M&M. What about the others? What will they dress up as? Said Lucy. Don't worry, there are plenty of other characters they can be. First, let's decide who the M&Ms are going to be, said DeRachel. I have an idea, said Hensley. What's that? Said DeRachel. we can have Mama Jackie help us decide instead of playing a game. Okay, is everyone in agreement? Asked Rachel. Yes, they shouted. Rachel knew Mama Jackie would keep it fair. Always have to have fair. Rachel went to Mama Jackie and asked her to help them decide, so she suggested that they draw names out of the twirly box they use for the fundraisers. Said Rachel, that's a great idea. So he and Mama Jackie wrote all the resident names on a piece of paper and put them in the twirly box. Then wrote all the colors of the M&Ms on a piece of paper and put them in a jar. Whoever's name is pulled, they would then draw a color from the jar. Mama Jackie knew Rachel could handle the rest, so Rachel went back to the main area with the twirly box, that was from Jack Cat, and the jar, and said, gather around everyone, it's time to draw names. All the residents gathered in a circle as Rachel began pulling 6 names from the box. Order in the main area, please, says Rachel. Please step forward when I call your name and draw a piece of paper from the jar. The piece of paper you choose will have the color of the M&M you will be. First name, drum roll, is Asha. Please step forward and pick a color from the jar. Asha reached in and pulled out blue. Everyone cheered for her. Next name is Vernon. You go, Vernon. Reach in there, buddy, and pull a color. Vernon reached in the jar and pulled out red. Woohoo! Moving on. The number 3 name is Rachel. Was having fun drawing the names. He felt like the MC at the Academy Awards. Number 3 is Jessie. Jessie reached into the jar and pulled out orange. Continuing on, next is Cutie. Come on down and pull your color, said Rachel. I think Rachel's enjoying this. Cutie ran up to the jar, reached in and pulled out yellow. Okay, everyone, there are only 2 more colors left, so here we go. Next name is Pania. Step right up and pull your color. Pania, reaching in with anticipation, pulled green. We are now down to the last name. Good luck, everyone. Drum roll, please. And the last name is Paw Paw. Well, Paw Paw looks like you get to be brown. Everyone was so excited, but Rachel sensed that the others were bummed that they didn't get picked. Congratulations to the winners. We wanted to be M&Ms too, said Canvy. I know, said Rachel, but there are only 6 colors. Kiera spoke up and said, you know, Mama Jackie thinks we are all nuts when we run around and play so. Why can't we be a family pack of peanut M&Ms? Rachel thought for a minute and judged. I know, honey. You're green, okay? Rachel thought for a minute, and judging from everyone's reaction, he agreed that it was a great and fair idea. Let's go tell Mama Jackie the good news. They all went to her office and excitedly told her that they were all going to be a family pack of peanut M&Ms. Pania said, that's because you think we are all nuts the way we played. She laughed and said to Rachel, I knew you would keep it fair. I am so proud of you. After a few hugs and kisses from Mama Jackie, Rachel asked if she would order the costumes. And Mama Jackie was happy to. When the costumes arrived, they were all so excited and could hardly wait to go trick-or-treating. But their idea of trick-or-treating is a little less traditional. They would get dressed up in their costumes and go to all the volunteers looking for treats. The plan was for all the volunteers to come to FFRC on Halloween to see how cute the residents looked in their costumes. And sure enough, on Halloween, all the volunteers showed up with treats. Cameras were snapping photos as the residents showed off. It was a photo shoot in the making. After all, the residents went from volunteer to volunteer looking all cute and saying, trick or treat, give us some snackers to eat. How could anyone resist? Have a happy and safe Halloween. Cindy, thank you. Very, very, very cute. So, I can imagine they wanted party mix and Temptations and chicken and salmon and tuna and all their wonderful extra snackers that they like, and those steaks that are like this, the salmon and the tuna. They love all of those. Thank you. I love it. Our kitties are so wonderful. So speaking of resident cats, I'm going to take you for just a little ride over here and show you what I have wanted to do for a long time, and we just now got to it. So let me take you for a short little cruise by. Hang on so you don't get too dizzy getting out of the go here. I should have had you ready. Oops. Hang on, I gotta do some here just so you can see something. That's the chat that we see here. Okay. There we go. Now we got it, I think. There's Pania, green Pania. Ooh, I'm not sure. Nope, I'm going to have to set you down for 1 minute, folks. Just a minute, we'll get you. You're okay, girl. There we go. Now we got it. So this is Pania. Y'all, Pania, turn around, girl. There's Pania, one of our residents. But over here on June's door, we have added this. Residents of FFRC. We've got Alma and Hensley and Ramsey and Vernon, Pawpaw, Lucy, Derecho, Spiker, Zelda, Kiera, Magic, Janie, and under Janie's name it says Cat Dog, Canvey, Marilyn, Nyota, Pania, Coralie, Jessie, and at the top is Cutie. Yes. So that is on June's room up there, and that will stay up always. And sometimes we add and sometimes we take off. So that will be kind of nice for all the people that visit us. They're always asking, who's the residents? And now we'll have pictures of them. And then another thing that we're always asked about is what is our Feliz Navidad funding is all about. And so what we're going to do over here on the door that goes out to the purple room, oh, she knows. She knows that I can't resist.
You don't eat them, you inhale them.
She inhales them. So what we do, what we're going to do on this door here, that goes into the purple room, and we're going to be doing this today, is it will have up there, our Feliz Navidad Fund helps cats like these.
Yes, that's the Italian menu.
And it's also, Beth laminated this today. This is a picture that's in, that a wonderful webcam viewer made, and we put this up in, it's actually up in the front thumpers room. We can love all of them and still have more love to give. And so with this in mind, our Feliz Navidad Fund helps cats like these. Y'all know most of the time we don't get the cream of the crop. And that is okay. That is what we do. So we're going to put these pictures around. I was going to do a before and an after, but we decided just to put like the before. One, because there'd be too many pictures, and two, I didn't have 100% of all, and I didn't want to short anything. So we will put this up, this one. These are some eye problems that we have to deal with here sometimes. And then this is a recent one. This is Matisse. This is showing obviously that that's a radio nerve is completely damaged.
I'm gonna head out and feed the cooties.
So that one will go up.
Okay.
And then this is Gemma, showing that she did have an amputation. We work with these. Thank you, Cindy. Hey, Cindy, thank you for that story. They are the cream of our crops. Machi, I just love that. I just love that. They are our cream, aren't they? And this is Pania. Huh? I'm sorry. You are absolutely right. I looked at the wrong one. This is Elsie. Thank you, Pania, for telling me that. This is Elsie, and as you know, she came in as a wee baby, and both of her eyes were terribly infected. So when things happen like this kitty here was on probably 3 weeks of antibiotics, and actually much of those 3 weeks he was on 2 different kinds of antibiotics. He was already even retested another time for leukemia FIV, and he had a boatload of different kind of eye ointments and also pain meds. These 2 for their surgery, we had surgery cost. Surgery amputations are not cheap. They both were on soreness meds for days and days, and they were also both on antibiotics for the required 12 days. So Elsie, we did try at first to save her eyes, and that was not something that was going to happen. So both of her eyes were removed on the same day. She had been on mega antibiotics and eye antibiotics before, and then the antibiotics afterwards. Oh my, many of you probably remember this one. This is Nyota, who we still have. Nyota came in with her whole face burned, and her feet and her body, and her fur was singed 100%. So this is our Nyota. For many of you might not have ever seen this picture before if you're fairly new. She's all soft and sweet now. She still has places on her body that you can tell were burned, but she was on very much some of our high-end soreness meds and 2 kinds of antibiotics for quite some time. Frequent baths. She also had special shampoo baths. This was a little kitty from years ago, and as you know, many kitties come in with upper respiratory infections and the herpesvirus that terribly affects their eyes. And this kitty also ended up with, and you know, sometimes we try, sometimes when they're like this, we obviously know that they are not going to have that eye be saved. So this eye, we had enucleation on this. Again, the pain meds and the antibiotics. And I don't know if anybody can tell, but do you know what baby this is? Oh, that's right. Did you all know that? Nyota means star. She is our shining star. This baby, I know some of you won't recognize her. But you know what, Ross? They're here and they're taken care of. We love them. Loving is as big of a treatment as what the meds are. This is Magic. And I don't know if you can tell, but his legs are so pretzeled up, his back legs. There you go. You guys got it. His legs were pretzeled up like this, and then his tail, it was just a mess. And he couldn't poopy very well, and he would still scurry around, but if you was to measure how fast he could go then versus now, boom, Magic's as fast as Magic is, right. And this was Chap. This is just a very minor little thing, but it signifies sometimes what happens when kitties are thrown out of cars. And this kitty, Chaps, was a throw out by car. And I don't know if you can tell from his bottom lip, but a lot of times when these kitties go tossed out of a car, they their legs go back and they crumple on their face, and that's why they get this face lacerations and ettusions. And the bottom lip here usually is down. It's actually torn here and it hangs down. And a lot of times we can't do anything about that. So they a lot of times will have a lower lip. Oh, and y'all know who this one is. This is my little Hopi. I remember when she came in, she looked horrible. She just, I don't know what other word to say. She was so sad. Her eyes were actually sealed shut when she first came in, and I didn't get a picture of that. And this was after we worked hard at getting her eyes open without hurting any tissue. And she's one of the lucky ones. She has very little scarring, where a lot of kitties have permanent scarring, and so their vision is not 100%. And as you know, she was on soreness meds and also the antibiotics, ointment for the eyes, and oral ointment or antibiotics. And she actually just got taken off of those antibiotics just a couple weeks ago. She is, and once I adopted her, then her medical charges came, I was going to say to me, but to Steve. So hope he had some help from Stevie. This is something we've seen maybe half a dozen times, maybe a little bit more. This is something fairly simple. This is an autoimmune problem, and Spike is this one. This might actually be Spiker's foot. This is puffy. It's called by several different names: puffy foot, pillow feet. So it's called different things. This is usually a lifelong problem. Very, very sore. We usually give antibiotics, and we also give a steroid with this. And sometimes if we're lucky, like what we've been with Spiker, 1 or 2 injections is what it's taken. We keep track of his feet, and his actually are very good. There's some kitties that have to have a few of those injections throughout the year. But it's an autoimmune problem. And look at this one. Y'all know this little boy. This is Baron. Now, it was determined that Baron was born like this, so we did not have to do anything medically with his legs. But Baron did have a significant, what we thought at that time was a significant heart problem. So we even will go as far as taking them to cardiologist. And we have one in Fort Wayne that is awesome. So that was him. And this was another kitty. This one was from years ago. This is a kitty. Sometimes when they have severe fractures, an amputation is required if it's not something that can be fixed. This kitty was fixable. This was a hit by car. You can see how terribly swollen that the top part of the shoulder is. But this boy got a pin, and actually, I think that was a her, and doing fine, just doing fine. Pania, this was, I think in some of your thinner days. Does that look like you? Is this one okay, Pania? You're not going to answer me? Did I say that? I'm sorry. This was when she was thinner. Pania doesn't like me saying that. But Pania came in with 2 bad eyes also. And she had a lot of pressure behind them. The one eye, she actually came here with both of her eyes. The right eye, yeah, is it okay if I talk about you? Had to be removed. And you can see she has that blue eye in her left one. And it's a not seeable eye, but we keep track of that very, very closely. And once in a great while, she requires some antibiotics. But as long as it doesn't get any worse than what it is, we will leave that eye alone. Do you remember when she came in? Oh my goodness. These are just different x-rays. We do a lot of x-rays. This one is not, well, I guess you can see it right here is the fracture. These are taken just on a phone sent to me by text from the vet office. This one was required an amputation. This tip here is supposed to be up here, and also then the ball of the joint was also fractured all the way off. And then, oh, this one was also an amputation. This is the femur, and if it was just a simple little fracture like a green stick fracture, you know, they can be fixed fairly easy. Or if it's like a femur that's just popped off like this, they can pin those. But this one, that bone was crushed. I don't know if you can tell on here, but there's shards out. This one actually pierced the skin, and then this area here was all crushed. This was an impossible one. And you know what? This picture is actually Gemma's x-ray. So we're gonna put those things up on the door here. This is just to help people know what kind of cats we do help. And I agree with Mudgy that these are our cream of the crop kitties. And then I have one envelope. I normally wouldn't do this without boxes, but it's orange. And so I slid it, and I took a peek, and I saw Halloween. So I thought, we better open this today. This is one of those cute Avanti cards, which is awesome. Isn't that cute? Oh, hey, what have we got here? It says, Bootyful, Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to the FFRC Nation in Ohio and around the world. Here is a Chicky dollar for the gang. Love from Ann, Ed, and Mint. And Mudgy, can you write that down and just send that to me so I remember? My rememberer is shot. So this is a Chicky dollar with the Halloween card from Ann, Ed, and me. And thank you. Thank you so much. Beth was able to find some Chicky dollars the other day. All right, well, we got a few more minutes. I love sparkles, yep. If anybody has some questions or any comments or something, I've got a few minutes. Feel free to pop them up there. I know, you're a sweetheart. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Mudgy, I do. They didn't get copied off. We will make sure we get those. And I can show you the pictures that we did, because some of you may not. They just didn't get copied. Oh, I'm glad you noticed that, because I want those on there. They're coming up. I know I sent them. Oops. I know where I can find them faster. Maybe I didn't send them to her. You're okay, girl. You're just fine. Let's find that picture. Can you help me find it? You're a nut. Oh, here's another one. I'm going to send this too. We'll also do this one. This is tip of a tail that needed amputation. This is what's called a degloved. And sometimes when tails are degloved, sometimes they're halfway. That means something has kind of like trapped it, and the cat tries to take off, and it just pulls muscle and tissue away. And so this was actually a minor degloving. Oops. But I purposely wanted Gallant in here. Oh, here's another one too we're gonna send over. This is, so sometimes kitties' legs are have to be pinned. Sometimes they have to be amputated, and sometimes they just get a big old cast on it. So we'll do that one as well to add to it. And sorry. We could put Twiggy on there. Sorry, I had them. I just didn't have them ready. I had a perfect one of Gallant. And, boy, this tells me I take way too many pictures. Oh, here's the one of Gallant. Oh, can you see that well? This is after much, much healing. He was burned extensively, this whole back end area, but this is the spot that just was so stubborn and would not heal. So I'm gonna put Gallant up there too. I must have missed that when I sent that over to get those little pictures. So that's Gallant when he was here. He was just a youngster. But that area there ended up having to have surgery to debride it and kind of start over in that area. And then this was Coralie. You can see her ears are all ointmented up. We put the Silvadine on there, and she had that for a long time. And then all 4 feet were bandaged. We treated those twice a day. Her tail also ended up being, it was also burned, or frostbitten. This was not a burn, this was frostbite. So we worked. I was really stubborn. We had never had a 2-legged cat before. And I was bound and determined that she was not going to lose those legs. And we worked and worked and worked in that back thumper's room every day on her. And it just didn't work. So on her front legs, 1 foot she lost all of her toenails and a couple of the pads, and then the other front leg has some toenails there, but they're a little bit deformed. And Dr. Darcy did an awesome job. The pads were in jeopardy also, but she actually sewed some together. And then these 2 back legs were severely frostbitten and were not savable. And then her tail also had to be taken off about so much. She's only got like this much of a tail left. And then her ears also had to be cropped way down. So I will take those and send those over, and we'll add those on there tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Mudgy. I don't think I missed any others. So I thank you all, and I appreciate that you care. I appreciate that you help us with the Feliz Navidad fund. Oh, Jordy. Oh, my goodness, yeah. The gunshot boy we tried so hard to save. Yeah, thank you, NYC. Yeah, Jordy was shot, and, you know, we just, you know, we love them all, but Jordy was one we worked and worked and worked, and it ended up where we were not able to save him. But I'll tell you, he sure got a lot of loving. Oh, will Elsie be getting a farewell party? Well, we might have to just do that. Thank you. Nanu, is that B? Lillian. Oh, I do not see Lillian very often anymore. Actually, it's rather rare. You see down the road here, this way, a friend of mine, her name is Deb. She has, and that's where Belle came from. She has a barn at the back of her property, and she has a really nice setup for outside cats. And so sometimes when ours come missing, Deb and I talk back and forth all the time, and I'll say, you know, I'm missing this cat, have you seen it? And then, oh, we found it, and I tell her, and then she'll tell me what's going on with her batch. So some of our cats end up down there. So I don't worry, it's a good place, and if they come back, that's okay too. Oh yeah, Jordy was a baby. He was a sweetheart. Yep. Billy is coming, and I don't know the time yet, November 2nd. He'll be flying into, this is the way I think I understand it, flying into Indianapolis with Dickens on board in the plane, not ever in cargo. and then they'll be driving up here. So I'm not sure what time though. I feel like I already know that little boy. And I saw one other one. And Gallant is doing awesome. Billy Pogo and Bonnie, his wife, good friends of FFRC. They have Billy, or excuse me, well, they have Billy too. They have Gallant, and he has a grand life there. Yeah, he's got a grand old life there. We did take in a kitty today, or a cat today, and I'm not sure if you might have seen our dog warden come in this morning. Her name is Megan, and Megan is a really wonderful person. She loves the dogs, but she has a passion for cats, and she's the one. We've gotten a few cats from her. If she's in a situation where a cat is in jeopardy or in a situation that is not safe, she is known to go ahead and take the cat, and we try to help her all the time. So she called me a couple days ago, and at that time I was just gotten in the 4 white tiger kitties, and she was willing to wait till today to bring this new kitty. And guess what color it is? It's black and white. Belly is kind of a medium hair, the back is a short hair, and it has had fleas. It's been tested and everything is fine. She told me that now if you don't like parasites, you might want to close your eyes, but you know I really get into the parasites. It's fun. She told me that she saw the little rice segments on the hiney. So I treated it for the roundworms, the hookworms, and the tapeworms. And then Peggy came and got me about a couple hours ago, and she said, we had an explosion in the pen where that new kitty is. And sure enough, the kitty had not only poopied, but it had vomited, and we're talking a mega load of worms. That kitty, I'll have to reweigh her tomorrow. She lost a lot of worms. So we will redo this again tomorrow. And then the one medicine that we give, Panicure, we do every day for 7 days, just in case they have Giardia. That's another expense that we have on every single kitty. They all get that. And then they get a tapeworm, a specific tapeworm medicine that kills those tapeworms. I see the question about Desmond, but was there a question up there? I think I missed one, and I kind of nodded my head. Yes, I would answer that, but let me go up and check. Gallon is doing good. Okay, Desmond. All right. Oh, I know. Can you imagine having all that in there? She's going to feel like $1,000,000. She does not have a name. The new kitty does not have a name yet, so she'll probably get one pretty quick. And I'm going to go get Desmond then. You okay, buddy? Here's a little boy. He's a cutie patootie. He's kind of sleepy. He just marched right up here. So what I do in the mornings is I open up all the doors from the front to the back at certain times when it's like time for the new kitties to come up. I just open the doors, and then the kitties up here go back there and intermingle with them. This is after vaccines have been, up to date. And then And then what the goal is to have the kitties that's in the back thumpers room to come up here on their own. Well, they come to the door of the front thumpers room and they just kind of bend over and look and see, and then they hurry up and go back again. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to go out there. And then we have this boy who is not supposed to go out of the back thumpers room. He come tooling up here and he just walked in here. It's like, oh, first off, you're not supposed to be big enough to walk that far, and second of all, you're not supposed to be up here on the floor yet. Yes, he has had his bordetella, but that's all the older he is to have any other vaccines yet. But he's doing just awesome. He does go in his pen, the one of the condos there in the back thumpers room, and he's so cute. He roots underneath, like if I have like a bed and then a couple blankies there, and he roots underneath it all and gets underneath it to go to sleep. And I believe that's what happened yesterday one day when the ladies couldn't find him. He had rooted himself underneath. How much just does his belly weigh? I don't know. But you know, when he came in, remember he was 11 ounces. And remember when Hopi came in, she was 10 ounces, so she was even smaller. But I would say that belly is worthy of at least 6 ounces all by itself. You want to come over, don't you? All right. So this is one of those little kitties that is very independent, but a lover bug, as you can tell. He's a lover. Hey, Sonia, do you like noodles? Noodly noody doo. Maybe that should be your middle name. Desmond Noodle. Auntie Sonia would love it. And you know what? This morning he was sleeping. We do put him back in his condo for some naps. And today we went to go check on him, and he was sucking on his little dew claw again. Oh, he is going to be a handful. But a sweet handful. A sweetie handful. Should that be what we call you? Desmond Noodle. See, I'm a noodly doodly boy. Huh? Oh, you guys. Sonia's probably going to hit us. Yep, there you go. Desmond Noodle Doodle. Oh, you just can't help but kiss the boy. He says, I've had enough kisses. I've had enough. All right, well, I'll go put him back to bed. And I think today's Thursday. Can we do that? I better not. We'll wait till tomorrow morning to reopen the doors and again and try to. My goal is to get those 4 white tiger kitties up here before Sunday when we have our open house. Yeah, he isn't crying today, is he? And he will not let you bottle feed him. He said, no. All right, I'll take the little boy back. Yeah, yep. Desmond Doodle Noodle. Noodle Doodle. Noodle, what was the other one? Yeah, Noodle Doodle. You're all very welcome. I hope you all know I appreciate you all so very much. This rescue center could not be what we are and could not do what we do without what you guys do for us. Don't ask me to say that again, because I couldn't say that again twice. But yeah, you guys make what we do here possible, and I deeply appreciate it. I love what we do here. I have a passion for this place, but it's not a cheap place to run, and we honestly couldn't do what we do without your support, and that's why we have our fundraisers and our flash sales and our Paul Mart, and all that money is just to help us keep it going. Are you ready? All right. I'll see if I can bring, if the other kitty back there is ready, and I'll bring that one up too. No, not my face, not my face. Doodly doodly boy.
indoor cat doesn't like non-hunt.
We get a lot of food because their cat doesn't like it, and ours always do. Yeah, we have enough cats here that like everything. Okay. So we've been a little hesitant to let Fio out. And as you know, Fio and T-Max had a very vicious, severe herpes virus of the eyes, and this started right before I went on vacation, and I wrote about this in the blog, and I thanked Peggy with my whole heart for everything she did while I was gone to work on these babies, both T-Max and Fio, because they were both extremely sick. And Peggy pulled them both through. Every single day I was on vacation, Dr. Darcy and I talked. What's the latest? You know, how is he? What's going on? And Peggy would keep me up on pictures, and I had all the list of all the medicines that they were on, and we kept right up with it. And unfortunately, this virus was extreme and really took a hold. And you all have seen you've all seen T-Max, his eyes, and they have covering over them. They are okay eyes. He does not see 100%, but if you've seen him up here in action, he goes everywhere. He climbs, he runs, he plays, he does everything. And he does have enough vision to be able to do all of that. And I hope to goodness that he finds an awesome home, because he is one exceptionally sweet kitty cat. Then we have Fio, and Fio's eyes have never recovered all the way. And unfortunately, he's probably like 95% blind. And I am going to show you what his eyes look like now. The right eye is bulging now. This was not the eye that was bulged out. It was almost, it was terribly bulged. The left eye was. And that we got under control. They've been back here for, how long have you been back here with me? Has it been just a week, or has it been 2 weeks? One or the other. Fio plays like a wild man for sure. And he does just fine. And this is what is so absolutely awesome about cats, is when they are sick or injured, maybe not so much when they're sick, but injured or something, you know, medically is wrong, these guys are toughies. They are far braver than what us humans are, I think. He is. He's very brave. And if our eyes were like this, we would probably be, oh, poor us, you know, I gotta feel sorry for myself, and how am I going to manage to walk across the room, and all these kind of things. Well, the cats don't do that, as you all know from our Pontiac girl and our Elsie girl, and I've had totally blind cats like Elsie in my house. They just go, go, go. And I've told you guys this before, one of my totally blind cats, well, he had no eyes, just like Elsie, would catch flies, and I was astounded at just how really wonderful they are. So he is amazing, and he is wonderful, and he loves to play, and he loves to be a cat. And as what so many of you say, he just wants to be his own cat, and that's what he gets to do. Yeah, he is. Yeah, but his right eye is probably not going to make it. We're not sure. And all we're doing now is we're treating him and working with him, and keep on with his antibiotics. And what was, oh, I bet you that scared him. He didn't know, but he heard it. It's okay. So we'll just keep on going, and then let Dr. Darcy decide. And I'm still sending her pictures and showing her how he is. Yeah, he probably will be a wheel runner. He's already up and down the Corona Towers, and up and down. He even was on the surgery table today, and it's like, no, you get down from there. Wait another week till you're a little bigger. What? Here, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? Do you smell something? Huh? You smell something? I did just open a can of tuna back there. Is that what you smell? So he's doing great, and we love him, and we'll just see what time does for him. All right, everybody, I'm going to go get him back there. Yeah, isn't that awesome, Fly Mom? They're just wonderful. He says, I'm too busy to wear glasses. I was too busy. I bet he smells that tuna on my hands. Okay, let's go, little dude. Thank you, everybody. You guys mean so much to me, and I dearly appreciate y'all. Just always know that, okay? You mean a lot to me. And the kitties. All right. Thank you. Are you okay there, bub?